Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming, your home for narrative and roleplay focused tabletop role-playing game actual plays here on Twitch. It is Wednesday night, usually Tuesday night. We're back with our long-term flagship campaign, this time playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition during the campaign Bloodlords and having a great time. Episode 10 tonight, so nice round number. We're not on our usual Tuesday nights. Life got a little complicated yesterday, but wouldn't miss a week with these guys, so here we are on our semi-other special night Wednesdays, which we've been kind of alternating back and forth. Yeah, we'll do character intros real quick, a little quick recap, and then jump right into episode 10 of our campaign, which we are titling The Crooked Coffin. I'll start. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like what we do here, give us a like, follow, subscribe, high five, fist bump, consent given, pat on the butt. Anything to show your support, we really appreciate it. We are here Tuesday nights, typically 7 p.m. Eastern time with Bloodlords. Videos available the following week on YouTube. I think that's it for me. All right, that's it for me. Let's meet our amazing cast. Let us start. Let's see. Who do we want to start with? Let's start with Tenta. Tell us about Milk, and with the little snapshot of where we left it, where is he at mentally? Go.
I'm Tenta. I play Milk. Milk is a goblin gunslinger ghoul, because I didn't really mean to alliterate all those G's, but that did happen.
I love it.
And Milk is freaked the fuck out. He is not okay with the situation, and he is not one to like have words with people. He's not super confrontational, but like he definitely will have to discuss why this had to happen with the rest of them later.
Hi, I'm Milk. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yeah, exactly. Frozen in time, just beating feet in the opposite direction. Yeah.
About to crash into Salvatore. All right, man. Yeah, well, here you are, buddy. We'll see how it goes. Let's slide over. Let's go over to the other person directly in front of this. Landon, tell us about Kreegan and in what has thus far been a relatively disciplined campaign. Whole punching in the wall aside, it seems to be that this last moment on the way out the bank, you guys are kind of indulging in the fucking around and finding out. How are you doing with the zombie horde? And like I said, tell us about Kreegan.
Yeah, so Kreegan, he really wants to test his mettle. He wants that challenge. He's kind of, the more he fights, the more kind of like addicted he gets to combat in a sense. So knowing that there was a small army just locked in this bank, he did make the excuse that, hey, if they're guarding something in there, it's probably valuable. But he just said that to get the others on board. He wanted to test his mettle. And he's pretty confident that if they were kind of forgotten about in this bank, they probably weren't all that strong of like a small army. Probably more to like put down the commoners, the wealthy elites putting down the commoners. So he
Wow.
thinks this will be good practice.
Wow, okay. You think they're here for violent oppression of the people. Okay. Wow, man.
He knows how get works. The power, the powerful.
Fair. Also, side note, you learned a little bit of important information last week, yes?
Yes. Technically, the Builders League owns this bank, and it is Kreegan's job to make sure that his people know that they own this bank. Right. Even if people, hopefully challenging people, try to prevent him from making this.
All right. Just want to make sure just in case it comes up later. All right.
Yes.
Let us go to, if not the captain of the fuck around, find out brigade, at least like a lieutenant somewhere in there. Lewis, tell us about Vorys, and from Discipline City guard to kind of quashing what could have been an ugly mob scene in the streets. Suddenly we're like, fuck yeah, let's fight a zombie horde.
I mean, Vorys is the epitome of,
yes.
Chaotic. Like, he likes to travel to the beat of his own drum, man. And whether it be, as you say, squashing a rebellion one morning just because he hasn't had breakfast, or
That's right.
or basically breaking into a vault and basically macing an honor guard of sorts with a with a flask of acid. He likes to live by the seat of his pants.
All right, fair. All right. Yeah, I did forget about the breakfast part. All right, last but not least, Salvatore, Nick, tell us about your boy. And you didn't seem too involved in this zombie horde decision thing. Is it because there's probably nothing tasty in there to eat, or where you come out on this?
My name's Nick, plays Salvatore, I'm a cleric of Urgathoa. Mind vampire. It's been a minute since he's had a taste of some delicious brain beverages. A little bit worried about the zombie horde. Was not, I'm one. We already knew what was in there, so we didn't really need to find out. But fucking around does come first, so we have to fuck around, and then finding out secondary. So just because we found out first, we still have to fuck around.
Sure. And I mean, there's got to be a Newtonian law of physics that applies to this. I'm just not smart enough or sober enough to figure it out.
You can't have one without the other.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, it's got to. Like I said, I'm sure Newton covered this in a much more eloquent way with an apple and not a zombie horde in Pathfinder.
It's thermodynamics. Chaos always ends winning in the end.
Leave it to the smart guy here to let us know. All right. So last episode, where'd we pick up? Like right on your way to the bank, yeah? You dropped
basically in the basement.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You did the first floor the day before. Okay. So picking up in the subterranean vault of the GrowedUpGeek Bank, the party systematically opened, I think, almost all of the vaults. Found some interesting trash-talking black granite vultures that seem to torment Milk and make fun of the party, Salvatore in particular. As well as a clue as to what the Three-Fingered Gang was looking for. In one of the last ones, they found a vault of what appeared to be alchemical supplies, and it mixed in some of them, most of them benign. They found the paste very similar to the paste used for the poisoning of the farm at the beginning of the campaign. In addition to that, they found out that the bank president was kind of double dealing between a few of the factions here in town, and upon coming out on the short end of them, Salvatore got a nice broken still headdress of Urgathoa, and as we mentioned in the character intros, Kreegan got a nice little nugget of information that may benefit them in the future when dealing with the builders and or tax collectors union. We'll see. And then somewhere in the process, they discovered this vault with a zombie horde, closed it up, finished the vault, and now on the way out have decided to check this one last little box off their list. And so we will absolutely begin exactly where we left off last week, fresh as the zombie horde absolutely just pours out into the hallway. And Kreegan... Oops, I keep doing that. Too many monitors. Kreegan, it is your turn.
I know Kreegan was still raging because he started raging, hearing them on the other side trying to break down the door, so I don't need to do that. So Kreegan's going to go straight into his attacks.
Okay.
I don't think tripping is going to be very effective since there's 100 of them. So
I'm trying to see if it. I don't think it gives me an actual number.
I doubt it would be. That's a hit.
Okay, so you're just gonna swing through them. They're pretty packed in with each other, and as they kind of push you or try to push their way past you. Oh damn, dude.
Yeah, Kreegan's coming out swinging. Oh, and it looks like they have weakness too.
You're going to end up chopping some down, and they're going to kind of step over each other. Oops. Hold on. Hold on. I had the elite button still. Okay, you're still good. Wait. What'd you do to hit? Okay, you're fine. It didn't affect whether you crit it or not. So you're going to smash through these things. Some of them are just going to get absolutely cut down. And even the ones that you like managed to cut in half, like the top half is still going to reach, as the ones behind them just seem to stomp over them mindlessly. This is getting very soccer stadium stampede vibes-ish. Even as you cut these couple in the front down.
Gotcha. Kreegan is going to kind of yell a warrior's cry as he makes another slash. Trying to cut a few more in half. Oh, and that's a hit.
Nice.
15.
Ooh, why is that? Weak to slashing. Okay. So just as you're just going to wail away, slash at him, even more are going to get cut down. And still, they continue to come.
And I think, I know demoralize doesn't work on a group of enemies. Tripping almost definitely wouldn't work. Kreegan, I guess he's going to go with the third action to attempt to attack. He doesn't really have too many options in this
Yeah,
turn.
swing again.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a crit.
Force in the back, get him!
No,
Oh.
that's okay. He like goes to slash again, but then the top of the zombie just falls out off from the last swing.
Kind of tired. Yeah, you had one stuck to the blade. Your swing was a little off.
Yep.
All right. Kreegan, anything else?
That should be it.
All right. Some very nice work, my friend. Milky Boy, you are half team fuck around and find out, and you are also half team get the fuck out. So where are we gonna fall in your turn here, my friend?
Milk has, since this debacle, couched the blunderbuss. He's pulled his shield, and he's got that star-shaped returning throwing knife. And he's just like reacting out of fear. He's just throwing it as hard as he can right through the center of all of them. No! He's having flashbacks of his own death here. He is not happy about this shit. So let's do it. What's Milky Boy got? I like to target. Okay. Go to my actions. See, I'm kind of like saying it out loud for the people at home so they understand. There's buttons to be pressed here during this.
There are quite a few. Nice.
Slice.
I just picture the grav. What is it? The grav gun in Half-Life 2 when it makes you pick up like saw blades. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
I was like, cool. Nobody played Half-Life 2, one of the most popular games of all time.
No. Oh no.
No, I
know.
haven't played it in a long time. Wow, 3 damage. He looks at the star thing in his hand with disappointment. And he's like, fuck this. Sticks it back into his backpack. And then he's gonna pull his dog slicer. There we go. And I'm going to just remove that. Okay. Dog slicer. He slices him with the dog slicer. This is his last action, so this better do something.
Oh,
No.
Dang it! Oh
You're
God!
just kind of like blindly flailing away, hoping not to get hit.
That's
Um,
because he tried to throw the returning star knife onto the ground, and it just zipped back into his hand while he was trying to cut with the dog slicer. It was a bad situation. He can't get the knife to leave him now.
I am going to need. So, as Milk kind of blindly slashes away, and Kreegan with his 2 big chops and missing on the 3rd one, I am going to see if I can get this to work. Boom. Nope, hold on. That's it. Okay. I need Kreegan and Milk to make that reflex save in the chat, please. Kreegan,
I'm surprised.
Kreegan, good to go.
Yeah. I only have +6 on my reflex saves.
Bullshittery.
Okay, Milk, not so good.
Hey, I'm gonna look and see if I have a no point.
You have a hero point for the new session, so
I'm gonna use it right now.
Okay.
Milk denies destinies. No, I'm not gonna go down again.
what do you say to the god of death? Not today.
Yeah,
All right.
please not today. He's gonna try again. Reroll. And keep the new result. Yeah.
Hey, nice job.
Sweet. That was scary.
So you are going to take half damage as just the weight of the mass of zombies just moves like against you.
He's got his shield up and he's cowering behind it. So glad I brought a shield. I take half of that. That's right.
And then as they do, you can see them start to, as they kind of run into you, you're not giving any space. The ones from like behind, from like Kreegan's big slashes, or from the time that Milk winged it through, like the whole group, they're starting to kind of pile in, and once again becoming this giant wall of undead. That's going to be it for the zombie horde. Vorys, it is going to, what the hell is that? Oh, that's the damage to the zombie horde.
Oh, from the
acid.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the acid tick.
Okay, let's see
I'll
if we're gonna pass. No, we
Nope.
do not.
Nope.
Very poorly. All right, that's going to be it. Vorys, it is your turn.
They are
Alright.
afflicted.
Let's see. Target those guys.
Fuck all
And
those
it's gonna
guys
be-
over there.
It's gonna be you're just gonna see this red flame start to glow from his hand and then just shoot out of the end of his sword towards the zombies, and he's going to cast Produce Flame. All right.
Ooh, spicy.
Nice.
So
Sweet.
this surprise, tightly grouped, kind of horde of zombies dwindling by the minute, wearing old, tattered, probably dry rotted clothes to this point. God knows how long they've been down there. Just kind of like burst into flames. And now you have a giant, like moving fireball headed towards you. Wait, hold on. Is that a thing? Do I catch fire in this?
No, they don't.
Okay, no.
Yeah, it's only on a critical.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So it smells awful, like awful, in this hallway.
I'm sure the acid is burning too to make it essentially smell bad.
Yeah, like you guys
Oh,
have
yeah.
so much stuff going on that's just terrible.
And I think it's going to be.
And if it helps, I think they're technically in melee range of you too.
Are they in melee range? I was about to say,
I
'cause I'll
know-
just use my last thing and just melee them.
I know it appears so from me, but then when I hover over it, it looks like the square isn't in there, but then part of the icon is in there, so I don't know if I'm not 100% sure. That's a Manny decision.
Yeah, take a swing at it.
All right.
They're
and
pushing.
then
They're
that's-
you guys aren't like a united wall. You're doing your best. You're not like standing shoulder to shoulder. You might be dipped in a little bit. One might be getting a little closer.
swing around and.
I mean, one of them could basically just reach over Milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am 3 feet tall.
Yeah,
so
like the best
I'm
he's gonna
doing
do
my
is
best.
bite like a zombie in the dick.
It's all right. I missed anyway.
Okay.
So.
can.
All right, Vorys. Anything else?
Nope. That's it for me.
All right, Salvatore. You've seen the rest of your party do work. This zombie horde, barely hanging on, not nearly a horde, more of a big top at a
Shambling
restaurant.
mass.
It's a big top at a restaurant now. Like
Well,
you had to
Unruly
push
herd.
like 2 tables together. Maybe it's a 12 top.
Speaking of a united front, I'll go ahead and move back here, and then I will target it.
Wow.
I need a little bit more space to swing my scythe around. It's ceremonial. It's ceremonial. Okay, I use it to focus my spells to swing my scythe around, and I'll cast the ray of Abaddon, and the blade of Abaddon, and
Don't stifle his religious expression, Milk.
all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy.
Sweet. So big green scythe blade comes out and floats down the hallway and just shoots right over the top of Milk's head and hits one of the remaining zomboys.
You're gonna cut down like 8 of them, just like God of War style. Just they're gonna chomp and they're gonna fall, and just like all the ones previously, they're more immobile than they are like dead. You can still see like arms flailing and legs trying to like upright themselves. As just the last few of the horde. Now it's a weird date. It's three zombies left. He's cute, but you still want to bring your friend just in case. There's some pink flags.
Maybe you're with your partner and found a unicorn.
That's the end of my turn.
That's all you got? 2 action spells heard. All right. Salvatore, and in no way getting the fuck out of Dodge in case this turns sideways. I need room to swing my scythe. Yes, that's it. All right, Kreegan, who has no like compunction about swinging madly in a tight group of people. It's your turn again.
Yeah, I mean, who's he gonna hit? Milk? I mean, Kreegan probably.
Yeah,
could
just
be
keep it
great.
waist high.
Exactly. He is going to aim for the last few zombies as he really wants to take them down. And I think that's going to do
That's
it.
gonna do it. I don't think it's physically possible for you to do the damage to not kill them. All right, Kreegan. So tell me how you take down these last like remaining zombies.
Instead of slashing through them, he's going to get kind of creative. They're going to be coming at him, and he's just going to like charge them and kind of like skewer them like a kebab. And then he's going to pick them up off the ground because, you know, they're zombies. I'm sure they don't weigh that much. And he's just going to swing it really hard and stop the blade as they just like cut down the middle as they just
Okay.
off of it. Yeah.
We're just gonna keep going with the God of War theme. Cool.
Gotta be creative.
Fine. So they're gonna smash like all over the wall. It's gonna sound like a watermelon hitting the street after you threw it off a building. Just that half crunch, half squish. The smell has not gotten any better. I do hate to break that to you. But that kind of overwhelming of a zombie horde is gone. You can hear like some cackling and some remarks by the vultures who seem very upset that their surprise is ruined and they didn't get to watch.
Milk turns down where they were in the hallway and he's like, "Ha! Take that! You suck!" And he looks back like a demure look at everyone else.
Okay. All right. I will end combat for you guys. You are free to kind of go about your day. Salvatore's like, I don't need to swing my scythe anymore. Let's see what's going on with you guys.
Do some healing checks on you fellas.
I could use one.
Yeah, I think Milk's the only
Super
one.
beat up.
'Cause-
I mean, I got a little bit of damage, but I'm alright.
It was scary, for sure.
Oh, Kreegan, even with the bonus.
Oh, failure by -1.
That's
It's okay. As long as Milk gets his treatment, which I guess he did, that's 6 points. So.
And Vorys, you get 7 points.
oh, I did.
Yeah, Tenta, you got 6 points.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Vorys, as you make your way into the vault, you're going to notice all the walls adorned with like military regalia, banners that you would carry. And otherwise, judging by the dates of some of these things, they were quite a long time ago. It smells awful. And then you're just going to find like a nice little pile of treasure in one of the corners.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
and as
Oh, yeah.
as Kreegan enters the room, he's gonna take his cloak and kind of like cover his face from the smell. He comes from a pretty not so good smelling community, so but this is way worse than anything he smelled around the other orcs. His little group of nomadic people.
So much for
Is there-
Roland's regiment.
Yeah, right.
Got lit on fire.
Wrecked shop. All right, I'm just gonna make sure nothing else is
Nah.
around in here.
It's definitely not as nice as the builder's vault, like for sure. But aside from the decor and the one-time occupants, it's the same as any of the other vaults you've been in. The standard GrowedUpGeek bank vault.
Yeah, and we went into all these, right? All the vaults. I'm pretty sure we did.
I believe
yeah,
you
we
have
did.
by now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we checked them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still haven't found any rye muffins or keys or
Oh yeah, I
buttons.
forgot about all that.
Yeah.
You make your way back. Milk, you're gonna hear the vultures go, "Oh shit, they all lived. What? Oh man, what are we gonna do now? God knows how long it's gonna be until we get a bunch of other idiots down here. That plus the regiment's gone. Oh man, this is awful."
Milk's just gritting his freaking ghoul teeth. It's hates those shit talking birds.
Hell yeah.
You guys just gonna make your way out?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to go find somewhere to sell some of this loot we have and take a rest.
Okay.
And report to the builders.
I mean,
That can wait.
that's not high on my priority list.
You make your way back out the bank from the way you came. All the traps triggered, and nothing to worry about. Interesting. Oh, my bad. There we go.
Well.
You make your way back out into the streets of Grey Dirge. What you've seen all day, like a growing populace of angry clique specifically, that peaked with the mob as one of the congregants of the church was dragged out, has really disappeared in the couple of hours it has taken you to clear the bank. It is very much nighttime. You've been here for a while. It's not that you feel unsafe, but it is definitely dark. And like most times about this time, you will notice the demographic of the people on the streets has changed significantly. The seemingly, disproportionate amount of humans has dwindled quite significantly. And a lot of the more monstrous and ghoulish races that you would not see during the day for whatever reason have now begun to come out. And they seem to be going about their lives in a much different fashion than the human populace. Their markets seem to be open. Everything seems to be quite normal to them. They're not standing around in groups pissed. They just seem to be the kind of nighttime crowd that just happen to be made up of the dead, going about their days as you emerge from the bank into the darkened streets of Grey Dirge. And then
So there are no click about?
There's some, but like during the day, it was almost all quick. Trying to get food, trying to do that kind of daily existence, and when they couldn't, they kind of got together in groups and got spicy, and either they've had their needs met throughout the entire day eventually, or they've given up, or the presence of the dead at night kind of change, the way it feels out in the streets.
I bet.
Going to become an accidental meal.
Yeah, that's
That's
when you
bad.
definitely don't want to fuck around and find out.
Okay.
So do I remember where?
So you guys are
that
up
little-
here, by the way.
Up here,
Yeah, this is the bank.
and then the guy I did business with was in Bone Scrape or the meat quarter, the guy that the hands that
Yeah.
fucking his buddy. Because as far as I know, that's really the only vendor as far as that I would, unless I know of any other vendors, of course. And I can give you.
It's in the court. It's in the court of the ghouls. The neighborhood is the city's
Okay.
largest market and artisans district.
Okay. So I'm going to suggest that we make our way that way, since all of us are pretty bloated down. I know I am. I know Kreegan is.
Where is the
Unless we want to go to the house and divvy it all up, and then
This
where's the
see-
crooked coffin?
right here. So Vorys' shop, somewhere around here.
Yeah, I mean either way, we don't. I mean, if we want to get rid of this drained effect, we have to take a long rest.
oh, I'm down. I need to take a full rest either way, no matter what, just because Vorys has had a long, long day.
Yeah, we could go back to the house and sleep on it, get a fresh start to go sell shit, and then check out the crooked coffin in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because we had done other things before we even went to the bank, I think.
Yeah,
So,
we're all pretty.
Yeah, we've had a full day, y'all. I hear you.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So you're gonna make your way back from the Grey Dirge Bank, heavily loaded with treasure because Paizo is better about giving you loot than I am. And as you make your way through the streets, like all the way back to the Bloodlord's Grace, the neighborhood in which your house is, the whole vibe of the city is completely different. What seemed like this poor, impoverished, hungry, angry town during the day is now this kind of lively, artsy, colorful, like spectacle at night as a whole new set of markets open up. These fully stocked, people out shopping, freely spending money. Just a completely different vibe in the exact same place from the morning. Eventually, you make your way back to the house. Yeah. Hopefully, everything will load. Okay, cool. You make your way back. Argoon is quite happy to see you as you make your way all through. You know, hey, I've heard that you guys are getting quite popular in town, huh?
Popular.
It seems we might be gaining attention.
I have always been the belle of the ball.
A little attention's fine. Let these people know that you're gonna do right by them. So how'd the food search go? You guys managed to get something to eat, I hope?
Well, I mean, somebody should have brought something to our house by now.
Oh, I didn't know what that was. It's like dried crunchy stuff. I can't eat that.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Oh,
It's more for me.
oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So, sorry, I didn't know it was food. Are you serious? Okay. I mean, whatever. Living.
What does a little hand eat?
You know, and he's gonna kind of like buck up his chest and then kind of like slump his shoulders, like bugs and stuff. I'm not the best hunter without the rest of my body.
Where's your mouth?
And he kind of, where the hell do you think the sound comes from? And it's like he exists to like the mid forearm, so
Okay.
like it's just kind of like cavity at
Oh, gross. He just stuffs it in his little
Arm cavity.
nubby end. All right.
You say you eat bugs. Is there anything you would prefer if you could hunt yourself?
Like anything.
Well, given your size, maybe if I could find a brat, maybe that would quench your hunger for a while.
I mean, I don't really need to eat. I just like to be included is all.
But this would be a living rat. Don't you undead enjoy that?
Yeah, I don't eat like regular undead. I'm just kind of a hand. Not that involved. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. So, but he's like, I don't like being left out, and everybody likes to eat, and you get to go to dinner at the Bloodlord's house and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just here by the house. Anyway, enough about me. How was your day? What happened?
We're just all staring at him, waiting for him to stop.
Stop being satisfied.
you like
Yeah.
Would you like to come with us one day?
I don't know, man. It's when you're a great military commander one time and now you're just this kind of butler hand. The action's kind of depressing, but I'll be here and defend this home with all my life, if what's left of it, if I have to, because this place is nice.
Unless your ex comes to the door again.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. No, if that comes down to it, it's going to be her or me. Oh, it's going to be her. He's just gonna kind of go butter off. All right, well, I'm gonna go see if there's like a book or something about that weird shit you brought home. Maybe I can make some food up.
I'll show you. I'll let me put some things away, and I'll I'll be in to show you what needs to be done.
Okay. He's gonna make his way off to the kitchen. What do you guys want to do?
So I guess we can go to the main dining room and just kind of like pony up all the loot to see what we want to keep and what we want to trade away.
Just dump it all out on the table.
Yeah. So the hand wraps, these need to go in there. Infiltrators, elixir, I'm just gonna keep.
My foundry is not working. I will reload the reload button. Wow.
And the onyx gemstones. I was gonna take mine and move everybody else's.
Definitely need Milky Boy to appraise and fix this headdress.
I shall, as soon as I have regained access to our
You shall.
foundry.
And then Oh, you're good, go ahead.
Oh, I was just also gonna let Manny know I can identify magic via crafting, as long as the magic is associated with the item. I
Okay.
can learn it.
Ooh. All right. I love being able to go through like your stuff.
That rad.
It is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I am rejoining the game.
Join it.
Jumping in. Milk just glitches out for like 15 seconds, and then he's back.
Nice little healthy bit of disassociation. I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
So everybody, and I also give I put 3 piles of 14 gold on the table, and I say, and this is also from the last time I went and sold things. So each one of y'all now have 14 gold.
Oh, we are rich.
I can improve my armor with that. That is appreciated. He'll kind of say with grimace as he says appreciated, just because, you know. Oh wait, I put that in wrong. Wrong window.
There we go. Good.
All right, so Vor's going to
And
dump
there
out
we
all
go.
the contents of everything on the table. Kreegan, what are you up to?
Kreegan is looking for anything that might be particularly useful outside of something that we could sell. And with that, he will mention to the group, perhaps the silver scimitar and the silver chunks could be used to silver weapons.
Melt
I don't
down.
know.
I think that's a good idea. Somebody at least get that. That would help out.
Do we
And
have a
then
treasure pile?
It's the trade box in storage. That's got everything. There's also the mirror. So the mirror, the silver chunk, the 2 silver chunks, and the silver scimitar. You want to put to the side.
Right.
Do we have like another? Can we get like another? We need like a something to like put them on or like in or something like that.
I can't find the trade box.
It's in the character tab.
actors, and then storage.
Beautiful.
There's 2 oils of unlife in there. I think like Tenta should probably take one, and Kreegan take one.
Let me see. I think I'm about to give you a second
Well,
one.
I will say, because I'm reading about the silver material right now, it says that it usually affects devils and werewolves. So that may not actually be as useful against a lot of undead as I was thinking.
Most undead that I've come across reading about are weak to cold steel.
Or cold iron.
Cold iron, sorry, yeah.
So even that's showing demons and fae. Yeah, that's just in like
Okay.
the item description.
There we go. So I just added like a group storage too, if you wanted to keep like a second batch of like stuff.
You created that as an actor, which I don't think is too bad, but you need to, I think, assign all of us as an owner of it, so we can manipulate the inventory of it.
All right, so I'll start moving things that I think we should keep at least into the group storage, the second one.
I'm trying to figure out how this whole thing works.
It's a character, Manny. It's not a box.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Hold
I
on.
was like, I'm sitting there trying to do it. And I was like, it's a character.
It's never gonna work.
It's never gonna happen, man.
All right, now try it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Oil and unlife.
So I can access.
I got
that
it. Hold on.
inventory.
Yeah, you just have to put
I
it
got
into
it.
their
I
actual
got it.
storage.
Okay, hold on.
I got it. I just like look in their actual storage.
Hold on. I got a better way to do this. Don't put anything in there.
Okay. Oh. There was something in there.
Oh shit.
That cookbook, that 10 gold cookbook collection.
The joy of cooking.
That's that. Our goon's gonna take a reading lesson.
All right.
Does have braille?
Okay. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Got it. Nailed it. Figuring this out. All right, cool. All right, so Kreegan, you're gonna root through stuff. Salvatore, what are you doing?
Same thing, just kind of looking over the gear that we got. Nothing really piques his interests besides the gold. He'll take that and buy some, try to hunt down some potions when we go into the city. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of kick back and study some new spells. Commune with Urgathoa.
I will say when group storage 2 was made, it was copied, so we need to remove things in group storage 2. And then,
Where's
it copied the
dough
contents
we
too?
got?
yeah.
Oh, weak, sorry.
Just add it on your character sheet, Tenta.
I'm gonna go and start removing things from group storage 2. So
And then
until I do that,
How much gold am I adding? 14?
14. All right, and then Milk, while everybody's kind of going through stuff, what are you doing?
I am I was dumping my stuff off into the storage bin for everyone to thumb through there. And now he is sitting at the table, taking his gun apart and putting it back together. And yeah, he's just doing maintenance, cleaning it all out.
Okay.
If I don't do that, it could backfire. So I do that. Paizo's like, oh, you want a blunderbuster? Clean it.
Will do.
So I am. Right on the kitchen table.
All right.
Did everybody take an oil on life that needed one?
Yes. There is one in there still, I think.
While we're at the house, I'm gonna see if Milk can fix this broken headdress.
Okay.
With his crafting abilities.
Manny, will you see if you can get that cookbook back
Yes.
for me?
Yes.
Do you know what it was called? I didn't get a good look at it.
It literally was just like cookbook collection, like worth 10 gold or something like that.
Do you remember where we got it? That's going to be the more helpful thing.
It was in one of the vault rooms, I believe.
Yeah, it was
Perfect,
in.
perfect.
It was in the. Yeah.
That's what I needed.
It's either in the vault room or in the hideout
From
of
upstairs.
the bone shards.
That's where it was. It was in the hideout of the bone shards.
Pretty sure I.
Final room.
Okay, I got it here. It gives you, luckily enough, it gives you the.
But it says I can create. I guess I have the ability to create treasure. So if I get the name and stuff, I can fill that out for the trade section. Just cookbook collection.
I think that's what it was. Something like that.
And we're 10 gold, you said?
Yeah. But that's basically, I want to give that to our goon, so that way he can, start learning about food. Because your boy needs to eat. He's not going to have another day with no breakfast, man. I don't play that game. Vorys does not play that game.
Oh, it's from the bank.
Oh, it is from the bank? Okay.
I think. Hold on.
I did add a cookbook collection there.
Well, I mean, I like to look. Oh, there it is. See, Manny added it. I thought he did.
I did a craft roll to repair that broken headdress.
What'd you get?
21.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to notice it's mostly just kind of the supports to hold and support the large headdress.
Was there any magic involved in this creation?
No, it basically just appears to be something that you would wear, vestments for like a ceremony or, just out flexing about your love for Urgathoa.
All right, he bends it and solders it back together and hands it back to Salvatore. This ought to hold.
Thank you very much. It's beautiful. Can you modify it to fit on my large head now?
He's like, oh yeah, give it back. Starts working on like an expanding ring on it.
Give me a snapback.
A snapback. That's a great solution. Look, I call it Velcro.
This is truly sorcery.
Pretty neat, huh?
Excellent.
All right.
We'll definitely put that on and wear it around.
Like I said, it's gotten kind of late. If there's nothing else anybody would like to do, we can just kind of hand wave it to the morning if you'd like.
So I'm going to go into the kitchen, and I am going to put the cookbooks inside of the wooden box, and I'm going to put the hand-carved bone soup ladle with a silver handle inside of the wooden box, and I'm going to bring it inside of the kitchen and to Argoon, and I'm going to say to him, I don't really know how much material you have on the subject, but it seems on our travels and today and yesterday, it seems I may have come across some things that may help you. It's not much. I don't have much as of now, but give me some time and we'll fill this house and bring you back to your old glory. So the box, the ladle, and the cookbook I'm going to leave in the kitchen.
Argoon's very excited. He really likes the ladle. Starts like kind of spinning it around like in his hands, like a bow staff, like doing all kinds of like gnarly moves with it. Like kind of flips open the cookbook. Oh man. Oh god, that sounds good. Flips like a page. Oh man, that sounds good too. Hey, I remember eating this stuff when I was alive. God, some of this stuff was good. He just kind of keeps flipping the pages. He seems like really excited and almost kind of forgets that you're there, as he's just constantly like hopping to flip pages and looking at stuff like, oh man, I remember that when I was alive. God, that stuff was so good.
And then I'm going to go through the like produce and everything like that and make sure it makes it into like the food cellar or whatever, like wherever the food is kept, I guess in the pantry.
Okay.
Just to make sure that way it doesn't spoil.
All right. You make your way in.
And then after that I'm going in.
Everything, it's the house was here for people who are alive, so the food storage, like kind of root cellar, still in good working order. Shelves just kind of empty. Been a while since anybody lived here, and I don't think the last guy was alive. So you put your stuff in there. Argoon's still like just thrilled by the cookbook, so he's reading and like spinning the ladle around, like doing like nunchuck tricks with it. Just having a good old time.
I'm glad you like it, Argoon.
Yeah, man, thanks. It's like, this is awesome.
Milk, he wandered back down the stairs to the basement where his workspace is in his room, and he made 4 elemental ammunition for the next day, and he's crafting up some more shot for the blunderbuss before he goes off to bed.
Okay. Kreegan, Salvatore, anything before bed? I don't know what that means for you guys.
No, just more introspective thought about how much I love Urgathoa and this new headdress.
Are you wearing it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
Nice.
I renamed it to Urgathoa's favorite headdress.
Nice. Yeah, like it guides like your kind of bulbous frontal lobe very nicely, like accentuates it, like kind of, it's not as much just plain green wall. You got like a little accent going on. And
8 head.
Nobody who's going to see it is going to doubt either your fashion sense or your perspective love for Urgathoa.
Nice.
Should they. It's pretty banging. Like it's very elaborate. Like Cher would be proud. Kreegan, anything for you? You got out of the kind of group garage sale? Everybody good?
Yeah, Kreegan's just gonna sit in front of his window because he's the only one that has a window, and he's going to enjoy the breeze. That's it for him.
All right. So we'll cut to the next morning. Everybody fully rested for whatever that means mechanically for you. Argoon, kind of, you hear him tinkering around in the kitchen. And unlike the bottom of the bank vault with all of the zombies and God knows what else down there, it suddenly smells amazing in this house.
So I'm definitely going to wake up with the smell of breakfast cooking. And
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Lewis, you keep going.
And like as I'm like coming out of the room, I see everybody else is like slowly making their way out, and see, I think it may have been a good idea getting him those books.
Kreegan is going to immediately just like look towards the kitchen, and like he's not used to eating like home cooked meals. Usually, it's just the stew or whatever that his family would make. So he's not used to like having this like actual cookbook recipes. So the smell is going to be very intoxicating for him. Obviously, it's probably not as good as the Bloodlords, but you know he didn't expect that in his own house, so he is almost possessed walking towards the kitchen.
For those of you who eat and who have the capacity for smell, the one thing that is unmistakable right now is just the smell of bread.
Man.
That's the smell of $20 worth of barley and flour, baby.
Milk hasn't had the opportunity to eat or really the desire to. Since he's been turned into a ghoul, he's been more into flesh. But somehow that bread is like pinging off his goblin genes and not off his ghoul. And he's into it.
And it's
He's
managed to make its way all the way to the basement.
He's come up. He's in his like little tiny like plum smuggler exercise shorts. and that's all he's got on, but he's like he's going for it now. Walking through, sniffing.
It smelled so good that Salvatore just died. Click the drain button 3 times, and now I'm dead.
Oh, I wish I could eat. I can't.
I was trying to remove it.
Yeah, the right click
Sad,
left.
dude.
The right click
Sad.
left thing is kind of confusing. I'd like to be extra tired. Shit, now dead. Do I need to bring you back to life? Drain 10, homie. Good lord, bro.
I can't remove any of these things. Apparently,
He's got a lot of debuffs.
You're not blinded. Hold on.
It looks like you still have the prone condition. I think it's.
Yeah, you're still laying down.
Okay, there
Lazy.
you go. There you go.
I was just laying down on the
He
floor.
needs all his hit points.
That's
now.
why you're well rested.
He's also unconscious somehow.
Yeah.
The cartoon finger, and then it just like made it to Salvatore, and then just punched him in the knee.
Bing.
I was dead.
You need to put yourself at full health too.
Oh. I got you. There you go.
Awesome.
All right. And then Kreegan, just as everybody kind of makes their way in and everybody realizes what's been going on, the door just like kicks open, and Argoon has rigged up this like kind of trolley and a board, and on it is like at least 4 different kinds of breads. You can tell which ones he learned on and which ones he got good at. They're all like kind of pulled apart. Some of them are still warm. And he's just going to push it out like into the diner. Oh my God, you guys are here. I learned to make bread, you guys. Holy shit, this stuff is delicious.
We can smell.
Yeah. Yeah, like apparently all I need is some yeast to smash up that stuff you brought home and some water. This is a house full of This is a house of undead, bro. Like yeast is easy to find around here. So, yeah, I don't need to sleep because, you know, disembodied hand. And yeah, I learned to do bread overnight. It is great. You guys need to get some. And he's going to push the little trolley out. And he was like, hey, I got some bread I got to go punch down in there. You guys enjoy. I'm going to go back to baking bread. And he just kind of pushes the cart and then like instantly like kind of turns around and scurries back into the kitchen.
This is like made for a one-hand man, dude. This concept. Milk was gonna jump right in and grab 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm totally getting in on that.
Yeah, so it's
even,
Kreegan.
even the ones that look maybe like slightly overcooked, or we could be polite, maybe call them a little burnt. Everything
Those are the
tastes
ones I go for.
everything tastes really good. Like my man has taken to bread making like it is his job. Salty, nice crumb, crusty crust. You know.
Yo, we might just use this as a bargaining chip. Yo, dog, how about throwing this loaf of bread? You make that deal extra sweet, fresh. You ain't getting fresh bread anywhere else.
Just starting a side business, adventure during the day, selling bread at night.
Selling bread at night. Yo, I gotta make it home, man. I got a lot of work to do.
Yo, dog, that focaccia's about done proofing, bro. I gotta go.
I gotta go.
Milk is gonna run back into his work area and try and crack out a super large convection oven. I have an idea. I think I have the parts. And he runs back down excitedly. Just gonna try.
Milk's gonna run down, seemingly gripped by inspiration. Vorys, Kreegan going to town on bread, right?
Oh yeah.
Salvatore, what are you doing? The brain doesn't have any feelings or any memories you could steal, so I don't know how interested you are.
I'm just kind of watching them eat this bread in disgust. It's been a while since Salvatore's eaten anything. His digestive tract is probably like shriveled up and used that matter to fuel other organs that are now in his body.
It has no feelings. Why do you want it?
Yeah, that bread has never experienced sorrow. Let's go back over into my corner of the room and do a little sulking. He liked bread at one point in time. Now he can't have it.
I want to taste bread again.
He's got to pretend like he doesn't want it though.
I didn't want any bread anyway.
I didn't want any of that bread. Never liked bread. It's more of a noodle man.
I like wet bread, thank you. Salvatore goes into the library secretly longing for some Shigatsu room ramen, while Kreegan and Vorys just crush like crusty, salty bread. You guys can vaguely hear Milk kind of clanging around downstairs. Sometimes big clashes of metal like hit the floor. And from the kitchen, it just sounds like Argoon is just going to like town.
By the end of the meal, Kreegan's shirt is going to be pulled up a little bit. He's just letting his belly hang out.
Nice.
As he has got a smile on his face, and he's just leaning back in the chair like, that was good.
Yeah, I'd be all for just taking a day off. I mean, I think we've been working pretty damn hard.
Hopefully neither of you are celiac.
I mean,
Bubble
I don't think Vorys is. Yeah, right. Maybe we go get some beer. How about that? Y'all wanna have a nice off day?
We do have to sell some of that treasure.
Yes, we do.
Argoon comes out with like another trolley full of bread, different than the ones before. Really proud of them. Hey, I think this is pretty much all I can make with the stuff we have here. If you like or have time, I don't want to pressure you. And like he pulls out this kind of list of like things. He was
God.
These are some things I could use if you guys are going out today. I can make much better stuff than this.
I mean, just don't.
There is still a food shortage.
Just don't go crazy with we're under a food shortage, so I don't know where you.
Just use the whole bag of flour.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's just like, did you seriously just like
stale tomorrow?
Yeah, like use all of our food. Just be like, well, now we're eating rations again.
Oh no! We have way more than half of it left. I was just hoping to, some of that garlic would be nice. Just be careful buying that. I'm not sure people around here would be cool with it. There are some herbs, some mushrooms
Salvatore?
would be nice. Just just some things, man. Like I think I got this down. So you guys want to eat good tomorrow? You guys can pick this stuff up. That'd be great.
We'll see what we can do. Do
All
you
right.
do you might know where we can find this the produce, or is there a farm that you have dealt with before, a farmer?
At this point, I'd go check out that asshole Red. I don't like him and he gives me a hard time, but he's the best at getting things in town.
Red. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the books, man. Look at this stuff. It's great. I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. No problem.
It has been a while since I have woken up to the smell of good food, and I appreciate that.
And you can see he's like covered in flour. Like looks like a baker. Like he's covered in flour. He's got like a little apron tied around like 3 fingers.
Does he have a formal room in the house, or is he like,
He has a system of catwalks he scurries around on.
Yeah, but like
he sleeps he sleeps in
him,
Vita's room waiting for her to come home.
Oh no! Obviously, the one person in the party that actually showed him attention.
He
He's
sleeps
just like in there on the nightstand, just like
he sleeps in front of her door.
There's a lock of her hair that he stole. He just wraps around his fingers at nighttime.
So yeah, he goes back to going crazy.
Sad.
Milk, you've gotten like the frame, some of the kind of more intricate mechanics of your impromptu convex oven. You realize you don't have. And after all of the bread and probably the 40 minutes of just being like full, it's getting to be kind of later in the morning.
All right, he's got done what he could get done for now. He feels satisfied. He'll drag it up the stairs and show it off to everybody. Basically, it's just a flame with a frame with a big fire, gout right in the middle.
The fan is the part you're having trouble with.
It keeps melting.
Pulleys,
he says.
Pulleys and belts and stuff to power the fan.
Yeah, they just keep igniting, and I'm like, God damn it.
Smells slightly like burnt rubber.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
It's healthy.
As Milk drags this thing up the stairs. Some of you wonder whether you should go help him. He is small. It does sound heavy. And then you're like, it's probably weird as hell, so no.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
The big step we have can help him drag it. Not Argoon, but the other one.
Oh, I don't know where he's been. I don't know where he's at.
Oh, the big fucking...
Yeah, the big hand. The one that didn't talk, so Vita didn't care.
Yeah, he's he's just been posing as a chair in the study while we're just waiting for someone to give him orders.
And I will mention that for selling items, we usually sells for half its price unless it's like art objects, gems, or raw materials. So like the +1 returning star knife, for example, that's 90 GP. We sell it's 45, but if anyone wants a +1 rune, I don't remember if anyone's missing one, or you want the returning star knife, make sure to keep that instead of selling it because you will lose money.
Oh.
I mean, everybody has the +1. Are we just...
Not me.
Oh, you don't have...
Just tapes the star knife around this blunderbuss, so now he can chuck his blunderbuss at people. Comes back to him.
So
What?
He's just got a bayonet, man. That's all it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's sweet. I am going to stick that +1 rune onto my...
Since you're proficient in crafting, you may be able to just do it for free. But you need to pass the crafting check for a level 1
Yeah,
item.
to take it out. right?
Okay, I'll do
Yeah.
a little crafty craft here.
That probably should be
Pretty
enough.
sure that's successful. It's really up to Manny, but it
Yeah,
should go
I'd
by
say
the
yeah.
standard DCs.
Yeah. So
No,
Is the returning quality something that you could apply to another weapon? Or is that specifically because it's like a...
It's
It
a
doesn't-
runes.
I can put it on my dog slicer, and not that
So-
it would be super helpful.
The returning rune can be put on any weapon as long as that weapon is a +1 rune. So you can't have a returning rune on a +0 weapon. So as part of moving that rune, you do have to remove, like, you have the little returning rune as itself.
Okay.
I mean, my longsword's already +1, so I mean, I'm good as far as that.
Let me do.
all right. So Milk, after
Uh,
kind of getting your rune out and placed, what are you putting on the dog slicer? Or are you
I'm putting the +1 onto the blunderbuss.
okay?
He just licks and takes it right off of there. Stink. He's done. He's done it 100 times.
All right, you
And
find
in the inventory, I just replaced the +1 returning start off with a start off and a returning rune. So
In the inventory.
yeah, in the trade thing that we're selling for the yeah. So if anyone wants that returning rune, Nick, did you want that other? Oh wait, we don't have any other +1 runes, do we?
Yeah, I mean, I've literally not hit one thing with my actual scythe as a weapon.
You have a point there, but
I mean, eventually, and but like, I'm not in a hurry. Like, we have those hand wraps, but somebody else should take those hand wraps because doesn't that apply to your weapon or something like that?
if you
You're
make
unarmed.
if you make a athletics check with it or
Okay.
an unarmed strike, it will apply the +1 to it.
Athletics is my shit. I'm gonna take everything. Where's the other rune? The +1.
It's on the hand wraps.
Well,
On it.
the hand wraps don't actually have a +1 rune on them. It's just +1 hand wraps.
Oh, I mean the +1 that I'm gonna stick onto my gun.
Oh, in your weapon, if you click on the weapon and click the edit button, you should be able to see. I think it's under details. Yeah, go to details, and you'll see material composition and runes. And for potency rune, just hit +1.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
no problem.
I could put returning on my gun, so I'll never lose it.
They do have talismans, I think, that do that.
That's
I'd
cool.
have to look it up though.
All right. Everybody, anything else everybody would like to do around the house before you guys set out to whatever adventures you may find yourselves in the city of Great Urge?
Well, I mean, breakfast. I mean, I think I'm ready to attack the day, man. I got a bag full of stuff to sell.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm excited about that.
While Salvatore is perusing the library, he found a book on Kim Nebi, the vampire bloodlord. He's just been reading up on him. Seems like a pretty astute gentleman.
Yeah. All right.
Favorite bloodlord so far.
S tier Bloodlords. All right, so it is 8:34. We will take our mid-show break before we head out into the day. As always, to these guys, thank you so much for showing up this week, even if it's a day late for us to do this. To everybody watching, again, thank you for your support. It's 8:35. We'll take about a 10-minute break. We will be right back. We'll hope to see everybody on the other side. Boom, boom. All right, we are back from our real life short rest. Everybody leveled up. We kind of didn't mention that. Completing the bank, the party is now level 3, and along the way, by proxy, Argoon seems to have leveled up as well, as he is now a master breadman. So very thrilled about that. It's the next day. Like I said, Argoon has flexed on his bread baking skills. Quite proud of them. Even giving you a list of stuff to pick up from the store.
Yeah.
When you go
Well,
to
he gave us a shopping list.
yeah, like my man's dedicated. And so as you guys have, divvied up treasure, added some runes to some things, thanks to Milk's incessant tinkering, you head out into the streets of GrowedUpGeek in the kind of later morning. You guys really kind of let your bread settle in. All right, what's going on here? Hey, oh, all right. You're gonna be difficult.
I just moved myself.
No, it's fine. It's gonna be
I
difficult.
am.
All right.
Oh.
So out into the streets of GrowedUpGeek you go. Very similar to the day before. A large kind of contingent, very much unlike the night before. The quick population seems to be back in the streets. The comfort of, or at least the perceived comfort of daylight. It's a particularly sunny day, a little warm. And like I said, same vibe as you make your way into the city proper. There seem to be large groups of people, kind of that same kind of corner, kind of town crier yelling at people, lots of people going, hell yeah, brother, and that kind of shit. As you make your way towards the beginnings of town, you'll notice a lot of the familiar faces. Pretty much everybody kind of staked out a corner and is still yelling about the same things the next day. The ones that recognize Vorys very quickly remember to that thing that they probably used to do when they were kids called shut the fuck up. As you guys kind of make your way through, you're established celebrities, getting there. You live in the big house on the hill that used to live there to somebody relatively important. It is obvious who the local bloodlord is. You calmed a little kind of spiciness yesterday, and you seem to be in the thick of the kind of bigger goings on in town. So aside from Vorys being city guard and everything else, a large barbarian, a green vampire, a pasty, chunky, little thick up goblin, and a city guard, you guys stick out.
Yeah.
I imagine we're not like the average adventurers these people see on a day-to-day basis. So
Yeah, no.
I do feel like Salvatore would probably stick out the most.
With his giant headdress.
Yeah, well, he's got a huge sock, and then he's got the.
It's also
Well,
Geb, so probably not.
In the daytime. Maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe in the daytime, maybe people aren't used to that during the day, but nighttime, dude, he's just people will be like, dude, you're looking snazzy today.
Yeah, man.
Man, way to go, dude.
Whatever Geb's GQ is, Salvatore's robes, color schemes, very fashionist.
He's making waves.
He's been doing some, now that he can't die, he's been doing some self-surgeries. And so he's got a scythe holder that's now just embedded in his back. So his scythe just sticks on his back, and he has the big It looks like the flags that samurais wore on their backs. The ones like
Yeah.
10 samurais would have like a cool little flag on. So it kind of looks like that coming off of his scythe. The scythe is just very ceremonial. It's all for show. I don't even think if I swung it, I would even do any damage to anything. So
Well,
Please have
technically,
me.
technically, especially at this level, you are just as proficient at swinging your scythe as Kreegan is a sword. You are just as likely to hit. That does change at level 5, I think.
Don't know what you
Well,
can do
Not
until you
likely
try.
to do the same damage though.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll try to trip
Not
some.
the same damage. Not the same damage.
Yeah,
but yeah,
no.
you could trip.
So you make your way out. Salvatore, you'll notice some people, typically dressed in kind of red and green, kind of give you like the finger point and the nod about the headdress. You're getting quite the few looks, mostly from other members of the dead community. But more so, you have identified yourself as a follower of Urgathoa. And there's a lot of people here for that.
And she S tier god.
Yeah, I mean, plus you're in the place for it.
Yeah.
All right, so where to first as you make your way into town?
So I mean,
Red.
unless we don't really have anything to report to Haldoli, unless we want to go to her with the
Tell her the bank's done.
bank stuff. But I mean, I feel like Kreegan will
We
have
should
something
tell
to
her.
say about that, and I'd rather just not.
I mean, don't you think she might have something to say about it, since it like has been a problem in her town?
Yeah, I mean,
Rewards,
that is true.
things
I mean,
for us.
she technically did send us over there, so I mean, we don't have to tell her we found the deed that we know. Like, we don't have to, because remember, it wasn't a secret
Super.
little fucking
yeah.
super secret alcove. So
We could
Well,
deliver
ha-
to the Builders League and then go tell.
I mean, if we go to the Builders League before we go to her, I guarantee you she's gonna find out.
And
Like,
that's kind of like, I feel like that's taking sides too. If we go to her, we're just like completing her mission.
Doing our job. We're just doing our job, man. And
Yeah,
if
and she has the
maybe
Builders League's best interests. I mean, as the Bloodlord, she obviously has to do business with them.
But Kreegan was allied with the Builders
Yeah,
before he ever knew that.
Kreegan wants to take sides.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically, these are the only people that's keeping Kreegan's clan, like, alive. Without them, they have no work, they have no food. So, and Kreegan is actually the one holding the piece of paper, so, I mean, he is making a path, and you can... I mean, he will listen to the group. Let me say that first. But I mean, he is strongly being persuasive in let's take this to the Builders League. It's very important that they get this and that they get it before it's lost.
Well, what if we don't tell her that we have the deed? We just
Well,
tell
you
her that
said
we have the information. We just give her the information.
we just say, hey, the bank's clear, the gang's taken care of, like.
And we let her know that the gang is probably going to try to spread the poison through beer from the crooked coffin.
Yeah, Kreegan would probably be fine with that. The thing is that like he just knows that he's not the smartest person ever, but he knows that Bloodlords have a lot of power, and he doesn't really know what side Berlin would necessarily be on, and he doesn't want any of her personal interests to conflict with this information going to the Builders League or the deed.
Plus,
so.
I mean, have you ever met any of the higher ups, like, personally, of the Builders League? Do you know any of them?
Not the higher ups.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's to say that we're even gonna, get that? Like, that, the recognition or anything like that. Like, you know how fucking people are sometimes, man, when it comes to looking good, or
Kreegan will do what the group wants. He will have a very he will argue that we should go to the Builders League with the information first. He will be okay going to Berlin first without telling her about the deed. He doesn't want that information to
like I
take
said,
out.
we don't have to tell her about the deed. I
Yeah.
don't. Vorys doesn't feel we have to tell her about the deed. We just have to update her on our status for the job that she asked us to do. Because technically, she's the only one that's employed us so far. So we don't owe anybody anything, really, except for her. So as long as we fulfill our contract with her, Vorys has no problem. Like, just, you know,
Gotcha.
because it's not really, did she tell us that we could find information like that there? No. Did she expect us to find that information? Maybe. Will she know that we have it if we go to the Builders League before her and then they start actions? No. And that's the point that Vorys would make to Kreegan. He doesn't want to upset the hierarchy, because right now it's already a tumultuous state in the city.
Kreegan will do as Vorys says. He will agree to go to Berlin first without giving the information.
I mean, you can still hold you can hold the deed, man. Like, you can hold it. I don't know. Like, we can still go to the Builders League with this information. I just would like to get a little bit more information before we go to the Builders League, man. I like leverage. Vorys is all about leverage, man. And if he can leverage information for more information,
Kreegan will agree. Kreegan doesn't think long-term plans very much, so he will trust that Vorys will not betray his trust. We'll put it that way.
So off to Berlin's.
Yeah.
I think, first off, I think that's who, because, she's going to know that we're basically out and about. I mean, it's not like we're hiding. We're obviously still walking around, like, being ourselves. So we haven't gone into wearing cloaks and covering our faces in public and stuff like that. So
you make your way to the big kind of city square, have a kind of fervent discussion about your next move, decide for the Halderley estate. And as you make your way to the gates, before you even make it up and have to answer any questions or identify yourself, they're already making a move to open the gates. And by the time, without breaking a stride or pausing, by the time the gates are open, you can just continue on and into her very lush gardened kind of grounds. You remember from the day before? Yeah, the day before, literally in the morning. The planter boxes,
handed that guy over.
in various states of ripeness or growth, and even one of them completely rotted on the vine. And it's been only a day, and you're not entirely certain, but you don't remember the arrangement being the way it is you see them now. Some that you think wouldn't be ripe for days or even weeks maybe are fully bloomed with lush fruit and all this other stuff. A bunch of mindless, quick or dead make their way kind of, just watering and dragging stuff and doing basic, kind of beast of burden work. And off in the distance, go ahead.
Kreegan does want to check and see the state of the prisoner. He's just curious as to what happens to those who betray.
Okay.
You haven't put two and two together yet, huh? He's in the dirt, sir.
off in the distance, you'll see amongst the kind of more decomposed dead that have clearly been there and in that state for a while. One standing much higher, taller, looking relatively fresh, as it were. Almost exactly as the last time you saw them, except for like a pretty gnarly like scar that has been very roughly sewn back up in their head. And you see them just standing against the planter box with a big watering can, just pouring water and staring off into nothing.
That's worse than what I thought.
Here's your prisoner.
Kreegan will just look at him and kind of smile. You know, you did a good job as they continue walking towards Berkeley.
Howdalee's in front of the house, kind of directing a little bit of traffic, and as she sees you, she gives you a big wave and kind of sends off her attendants. Welcome. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. How goes everything? Are we any closer to finding out about who poisoned my farm and the people?
Kept good at the Hagnell.
Ooh, that sounds
Hag-handed?
unpleasant.
It is Hagnell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hacknail.
Yeah.
Hag.
Ooh, that sounds unpleasant. I hope that they are dead or soon to be.
We're working on it.
Very, very good. And if you feel death is perhaps not the correct course of action for their crimes, I'm sure I could come up with something. Maybe not original, but surely not typical, if you will.
If I were to cut off their legs, would they still be useful to you?
You have a quite charismatic hand as a valet, do you not?
That is true.
Imagine how much more effective he could be with much more to work with.
I just found that it's more difficult for prisoners to run away if they have no legs.
I would fully agree. Plus, it opens up a whole new specialization of work that they can do around here. Everybody all upright or hunched over. You know, we need some more ground level attention around here. So I, as the Bloodlord and, you know, looking out for the people of Grey Dirge, I appreciate all donations to the cause that may better the lives or unlives of those around us.
As do we.
Very good.
We enjoy the grace you've shown us.
It is my pleasure. Once this food shortage seems to be no longer an issue and behind us, I am sure that we are going to be on kind of the up and coming list of towns in Geb, which is good for all involved.
We, in our investigations, we had come across the former bank in this town.
Yes, I know of it.
We tracked some of the criminals to using it as a hideout.
Oh.
We believe we
have
found...
they been dealt with?
Oh, swiftly.
Very good.
We've found that they might have used the bank to store some of their poisons.
Oh. Oh, well, do we know who the vault belonged to or who this gang is with this Kepgetta? Yes?
We kind of like. Do we still have one of those like flags with the hand with the finger missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Kreegan has like
Um,
2 of them.
So I'll kind of like look towards Kreegan and ask him to show her the banner.
Yeah, Kreegan will take it out of his pack and just hold it up, the 3 fingers with the missing one.
I don't think I'm familiar with this 3 whatever. But of course, rogue agents within Geb pop up all the time. This is quite the sinister play, for the Quick don't have very many allies in an undead nation, and I'm sure this seemed like an easy mark that which nobody would get upset about. But thankfully, you are here, and the Bloodlords are responsibilities to everybody. We don't discriminate. So so we know the kind of the who and the what, it would seem. Do we know where this Kepgetta is currently?
What was that tavern called again?
A crooked coffin.
That's right.
Crooked Coffin.
Ah, the Crooked Coffin. Yes.
She's at the crooked coffin.
Yes. She's gonna look at Vorys. I'm sure you've been there while out on patrol. Quite an interesting place.
I have stopped a fight or 2 there.
It seems an odd place for a poisoning plot to be afoot. But I am not a criminal mastermind, and so I know not of these things. I hope that you've devised a plan, as well as hopefully to bring a poisoning to an end once and for all.
We were led to believe that they may be trying to poison the alcohol as well.
Oh, well, then
Not just the food.
well, then that's a whole other thing. Then we can't let that happen. We were lucky to stop the poisoning at the farm before it reached the people. If they're poisoning beverages now, they might already have given them out.
Do you know of any new businesses that have been started in the city recently?
I don't remember signing any permits. Just gonna look at Kreegan. Aside from the projects in the ovens, not a lot of new construction going on, correct?
No, not much at all.
How did she know I was building an oven? Milk is just blown away right now, having missed the point of that. He was like, "What?
She's a
She
witch.
Right over his head.
Kreegan will look at Milk and say, no, the ovens outside the city, where they're expanding beyond the city walls. That is where the Builders League is focused at the moment.
Oh,
Have you known the Builders League in the city as of recently would they be forthcoming?
They are one of the more active kind of groups in town. The Tax Collectors Union having been kind of run out. The Reanimator's obviously in a very nice position, and she's going to kind of look at her nails real quick and kind of flex on everybody. Celebrants, not so much. She's going to look at Salvatore. Unless we are bringing this kind of look back, so very, very well done there. No, No, I think they would be. Not, of course, about what they do. We're not really sure about why the ovens are suddenly being built. That comes from outside of GrowedUpGeek. But within the city walls, no, they would tell us.
Excellent. It seems we may have to ask them. They may have some information as well, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, very well. If there's nothing else I could do for you, I urge you to not allow this poison to enter the food supply within this city. There are a lot of angry quick about. Quick like to drown their sorrows. This could be a major problem.
Agreed.
Kreegan will kind of put on a smile as he says, "So don't worry. We look forward to ending this gang."
Milk steps forward with his dog slicer, and he's like, "I'll kill them all for you, Bloodlord."
I don't kill too many of them. It's about to be harvest season, and I will need. I'm going to need some more help to keep up with the crops around here.
Then I'll kill their legs.
Very well. They would make great planters of seeds. If there's nothing else, I bid you a good day. As always, as I mentioned before, any volunteers that may be brought to me that wish a change of lifestyle would be very much appreciated.
See what we can do.
Very well. Thank you.
You're always.
Oh, and thank you for the vegetables.
Yes, I will, of course, have more sent over later. The ones yesterday weren't as nice as I would have liked, so I will send over twice as much, as well as some that I've pickled and jarred as well for more long-term storage, in the hopes that perhaps you'll permanently reside here in GrowedUpGeek. I feel we've got a great thing going here. The local Bloodlord and the local adventuring party, hopefully setting up a home here and really taking this town to its next level.
Is that a formal invitation?
As much as one can give them for a job not yet completed.
It's where they all start anyway, so as good as a agreement can be reached as I do have one small request.
Sure, anything.
And I'm gonna whip out the list that Argoon sent us with, and I'm gonna kind of like walk over to her, and I'm gonna go, might you know where I could find some of these? I know it's quite a large thing to ask of you. I know.
She looks at the list, and you can see her kind of looking over your shoulder, checking the various planter boxes. I will happily add this to what I'm sending over today. This is no problem.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that.
Of course, I appreciate all that you've done. And if you don't mind, I need to think about these things and perhaps prepare for, if this is the last time I see you, maybe needing contingency plans.
I hope it won't.
Me neither. And I bid you good luck and good day. And she kind of goes back, wanders off to one of the gardens towards particularly the newest member of the team. Kind of pats him on the back and kind of gives you the eye as she does so.
All right. With that, I guess we're gonna make our way out of her house.
Okay. You make your way back out into the streets, and this group of people is standing in front of the gates, you know, like you would with any kind of person in power when the poor people are struggling. And you can hear them hooting and hollering as you make your way up. And as the gates open, they make like a big first step, you know, like they finally grew their cojones, and this is their time. The gates are opening, and they're going to charge, and they're going to show the Bloodlord that they're pissed. And just as the gates kind of open and you see like this, it's a group of people like make its move. Kreegan, Salvatore, Vorys, Milk come into view from their perspective, and suddenly they stop and they all slide out of the way, parting a nice path through this mob. As you walk out the gate and into the square.
I'm going to say loudly as we start walking out the gate, I sure hope y'all weren't thinking about what I think y'all were thinking about.
And almost to a single person, every single one of them starts like kicking dirt and looking down at their feet. No, man, I was just coming to see the house. I heard it was really nice and everything, you know. And it's just like this group of people that suddenly like completely threw their cojones away when they were just about to charge the place, and now they look like they're all lost.
Didn't I make y'all a promise yesterday that I would be doing something about this?
We're hungry.
I hear you. I mean, but you know what doesn't get you fed? Going against the river. I mean, don't y'all have jobs? Does nobody work in this town?
And they all kind of start to break up and kind of go back, or at least start to walk away, and then every couple feet turn around to see if you're still looking or if you've moved on.
At this point, I'm just standing there right now. Like I'm letting them know that, you know, Vorys is, you know, not the one to be trifled with. I'm not that guy.
Not the one, y'all.
I am not that guy that they want to test themselves on.
The gates eventually close. The group disperses. And everybody, just like I said, just kind of makes it as far away as they can to kind of just not have to deal with the disapproving Vorys dad gaze.
And like
the Samuel L. Jackson meme.
As I start to like slowly like walk, like you know, continue our pace, I told y'all that as a quick, I would fight for y'all. Y'all got to give me some time. If we give Quick a bad name in this town, we won't have this town to come to. I don't know about you. There's not too many towns I can go back to. And then I'll just start walking.
Give me a diplomacy check.
All right.
As I look at your digital spell player sheet, which I love. Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not gonna defy you. They don't look like they believe you. But they're listening. They're absolutely following the instructions by, you know, a city guard. But they don't seem convinced, man. Think you're just gonna let them down.
All right. Well, like I said, they gotta give me some time to prove myself right.
All right, we'll kiss. All right, we'll kiss my ass. I'm out. All right, where to next, y'all?
Reds.
Reds. Okay. You make your way down the alleys. Once again, most of the stores here appear to be open, but not a lot of business coming and going. Reds still fully lit inside. As you walk in, you can hear him kind of tinkering in the back. I'll be right with you. And as he does, he kind of comes out with this like just honking rock. Polished gemstone, really pretty. And just kind of, hey, oh, you're back. Hey, how are you? What can I do for you? And just kind of puts the gem like on a shelf. Did you bring the little guy today?
No, he's actually at home learning new skills.
Good for him. He's got a couple of skills. His arm wrestling's pretty good. I would always recommend you ask him to wash his hands because one of his other skills is kind of creepy. But yeah, good for him. You all seem to be doing well. Good to see you again. He says to Salvatore, it's like, about your little friends here. And your very large friend, what can I do for you?
Well, these are my compatriots.
Oh.
And
So this is all of you, huh?
Yeah, this is us.
Looks over the counter at Milk.
Salvatore's new headdress is like scraping some of the weird stuff he's got dangling from the ceiling. It's like
it's getting snagged on that.
My headdress is very dirty. So
that bra chandelier from Senor Frogs that closed down. See, Grey Dirge used to be a big spring break spot. Yes. What can I do for you? More
Trade.
Justly earned commerce.
Something like that.
All right.
And basically, I'll just take the pack that we had and that put everything in, and I'll just kind of like put it up on the counter, and I'll just kind of like open up and let him start going through it.
Is it literally the trade stuff, or?
Everybody take a look and make sure y'all don't want anything else out of there.
Did you want the silver stuff to be moved to the?
No, because in the description it says it mostly works with like werewolves and stuff, so I don't think it is particularly effective against undead.
Okay, that's all it does for.
Yeah,
I think so. I feel like it's very possible there are some undead that have weakness to silver, but like it doesn't claim that it's specifically for undead or anything. It specifically says, I think, devils and werewolves. So I gotta assume that there might be one or two creatures, just like fire weaknesses or whatever, but I doubt it's like super important for us to
We're gonna roll the dice.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll the dice.
Okay.
We're gonna
hoping that we don't read a werewolf.
Right. And then this one oil of unlife. Nobody wants an extra one of those?
Tenta, did you take one of those out of the box?
I did. So whoever is in need of one should snag theirs.
Kreegan has one. He's willing to take another.
Yeah, why don't you take the other one? I mean, I have healing spells and all that jazz.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just need to buy
I'm
another.
not usually frontline.
Some more healing potions, but other than that,
Okay.
I don't need it. I can't use it.
All right, he's gonna look through everything, and it's like I can give you. I don't know. Feeling. Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask. Are we doing a cash transaction or some sort of mixed compensation?
That is a good point. You could probably trade the oil of unlife for one, especially here where the dad have probably need their potions too.
I mean, I have one. One's in the middle of combat. It's it's always nice to have one or two more. But I got money now, so I can at least buy one or two.
Huh?
before I kind of had to beg.
All right. He looks at you. He's like, I can give you. And so this total worth of 178.8. If you were to sell that, it's going to be 80 something. Or
Well,
is that with the math already included?
so
No.
the treasure, the onyx gemstones and the silver mirror, and it says art objects. I would probably include the flute and the letters, and it says materials, so I'd include the silver chunk.
Okay.
Basically, materials and art, so the treasure, flute, letters, silver chunk, they should be sold at full price. Although the letters are 0 GP, so those aren't needed. But then the disguise, basically anything that could be used for like adventuring that we might
man,
buy.
Okay.
We should actually keep those letters and take those to the sell those to like an archaeologist or something.
Yeah, Kreegan will move them to his. Actually, we'll put it in group storage too.
Okay. All right. So everything in here, you guys are good to go. I'll wait for the letter for you guys to get the letters out.
Yeah.
Everything in there, sir.
Okay. Let me see what happens. Okay. Would you like this in gold or perhaps a transaction like yesterday?
I believe gold will suffice today.
Okay.
You mind if I look around your store?
No, of course not. And anything else that we may be able to have? Oh, what the hell just happened?
You sold the stuff in the treasure box. You traded it, or will you turn it into gold?
Oh, but I was like, it's not. It's still. Some of it's still here. Sell
I think
all.
you just have to turn all the boxes into gold.
Let's see. All right, so I'm still here. Get the option of. Okay. We'll give you 90 gold once it's all said and done. I'm not gonna stand here and mess around with it. He'll give you 90 gold all said and done.
Okay.
Yeah, and then anything you're gonna want.
So, yeah. I'll so hold on. Let me see.
Anything any of your friends would need. I'm in quite a unique position of late to be stocked with slightly more higher end items than usual as this food shortage kind of continues.
I need a gun and I need scrap parts.
It's like, well, you were more than welcome to anything in he showed you like just this pile of like scrap metal for stuff that he's bought that he's just not gonna like bother with. And then what was the other thing?
A gun. He has one. They're rare. I don't know.
Unfortunately, my friend, that's one of the few things people at this time seem hesitant to part with. You must understand.
Oh, that's totally fair. I'll just make one, I guess.
And he's gonna kind of look at you and kind of go, but should this constant flow of commerce continue, I will put you on my more VIP list and prioritize your acquisition of certain things should they become available.
Milk's gonna push like 5 of his gold back towards him and ask to fill up a bucket of scrap.
So everybody gets 22 and a half gold. Sorry for that.
He's just going to kind of dismiss your money away. And with the wave of his hand, you're going to even notice that the money actually kind of slides towards you a little bit on the counter. You'll save me the effort of having to discard it. Take what you like. I imagine you can't take very much. Probably just slightly more than Argoon.
What? He's like, I was a professional wrestler. Champion.
And I'm sure quite vicious, but still your carrying capacity is limited all the same.
And he's like, yeah, well, we don't. Well, it's fine. It's a better deal for you, I guess. I don't know. And he just starts filling it up, and he's like, everyone discounts me. They don't like goblins. Everyone hates goblins. And he's just filling this thing up with random bits and pieces and whatever he can find in this big old hunk of scrap metal pile here.
It's mostly like little bits of ends, things that he kind of took apart and realized that they weren't worth putting back together. A lot of like janky clock parts. It's like a 74. There's like a 74 Buick in the yeah, there's a 74 Buick in the back. It's up on 3 concrete blocks.
Are you gonna whip the tarp off and dust fly up?
Yeah. Barn find, Geb edition. Is this a GT40?
Of an alchemical nature, like some potions.
I do not currently. The quick have become quite paranoid of late, and they seem to be resorting to the hopes of better living through alchemistry.
So he doesn't have any health potions?
I do. I have 3. Unfortunately, they are going to be slightly more expensive as demand has increased. As a result, I will only charge you regular price and exempt you from this cost inflation.
So those are what, like 6 gold or what are they? 3 gold a piece?
Oh, bro, I don't know.
Yeah, minor elixir life, unless you got something better, dog. I mean, if you got something
unfortunately
better
at this time, no. I hope to have my outside sources refreshed relatively soon, once this poisoning business has concluded.
Okay. I'll take all 3.
Okay. Very, very good, sir. Check back quite often. I should have at least 1 or 2 held back from the general public as we continue this arrangement.
What do you have in the way of arms and armor?
Unfortunately, nothing of any good quality. Much like your little sturdy goblin friend there, arms of any value are not easily parted with in times of struggle.
So tell me what you do have.
I have a couple.
Does he have a spirit selling Fulu?
I have a couple of shields, most of them dented. Let's see. Looks around. A few daggers, more of a kind of personal protection. Maybe. No, they come just as quickly as they go, but if you would like, I may be able to hold on to anything I come by today for your perusal. The food shortage does not seem to be resolving itself anytime soon, and the longer it goes, the more desperate people maybe become.
Does not bode for us very well. Well, just know we're always in the lookout for anything interesting.
Yes, and as one of our few clients accepting cash at this current time. I am sure better discounts can be arranged as the cost of other trade goods continues to increase.
Okay, let's those 3 potions to my. All right, that makes me feel a little better now. Okay.
Yay!
I can at least drink and survive.
Maybe.
And
Maybe.
he wouldn't have any potency crystals, would he?
Let's see. I may have one in the back. I'm going to kind of dig through the back and gone for a second, comes out. Perhaps... I can't pull it up. Unless you give me a second. Also, maybe I cannot spell potency.
Huh.
that could also be it.
Are you talking about potency crystal and foundry?
Yeah.
I can drag it onto the
cool.
trade thing if you.
Okay. Oh,
So-
there. I was like, it was being slow. That's all it was.
Okay, gotcha. I have one in the trade if you want to look at it. But
It's like, yes, it seems that while people may not be giving up their sole means of protection, some of the enchantments that they may need, they are willing to part with. And shows you just this kind of jagged piece of glowing green, looks almost like glass.
Kreegan will say, and how much do you charge for that?
It will be 4 gold for being friends of our diligent city guard here.
Very well. I'll take it. I'm sure this will be useful sooner rather than later, as he hands over the 4 gold.
Takes it, just kind of tosses it up, and it almost either he's done this before or something else is at work, but he just kind of tosses them up, and the coins just magically go up in a perfect arch and just bang right into like his chest pocket.
That works.
Very well. Always remember, the more commerce we bring each other, the more we benefit each other. I will hold on to anything that I come by this afternoon, just in case you would like to stop by later in the day or tomorrow. Unfortunately, the market for, like I said, well-crafted weapons is kind of brisk right now as people looking to defend themselves should the worst come to bear.
I hate bears. Bears they're scary, man.
Pulls out like this giant like bear paw. He was like, somebody wanted 5 gold for this thing. He's like, look at it. He like kind of shows it, and he's like, this is what our goon would look like if he was a bear. Ah! Help, help, I'm a disembodied hand. I used to be a big war hero. Ah! And he just throws the bear thing like over his shoulder. Now, if you gentlemen will excuse me, I have a shipment that must be attended to. Check back this evening or tomorrow. May we have some new items to show.
As always, thank you for your patronage.
Of course. It is much appreciated. I hope that whoever the source of these goods are deserved their fate.
All that cross scab do.
And even better. I will see you tomorrow, perhaps. Good day to you all.
Peace.
We out.
Yeah.
Knocking stuff over.
We're leaving.
Knocking stuff over on the way out the door. We out, son.
Typical displays.
So the rest of the
Yes.
market is very kind of sparse and sad, just like it was the day before. Not a lot of trade goods for sale. It almost seems like everybody has set up like small little pawn shops. It is not customers providing money for goods. It is customers providing goods, and the shopkeepers, the more profitable or liquid amongst them, having money to give. So it's a couple of vendors spread sporadically through the market with just big piles of like shit behind them. Anything they think is worth it. It's like Hoarders meets Antique Roadshow.
That's cool.
I want to cast detect magic.
Off in the distance, you get a slight little ping. And what is it? How does it work here?
So it shows me presence of magic. I don't receive any information beyond the presence or absence of magic. I choose to ignore it. Blah blah blah. But yeah.
At the feet of all of these vendors who are seated at their regular kind of stalls, almost every single one of them, there's like 5 or 6 of them just kind of scattered about. There is like a large box at every single one of their feet that seems to have magic, not in the big pile of random shit behind them.
Oh,
That's weird.
like putting the good shit in the boxes, I guess.
Huh. I guess I'm gonna walk up to one of the vendors that's that's got like I guess that would have like one of the boxes that would be emanating. Good day.
Yes. And he like instantly kind of perks up and kind of tries to look over everything. Kind of a weird looking dwarf. You can't tell if they're really like dirty from the mines or if they have like a sickly gray pallor about their skin. Black iron dwarves from WoW.
Okay.
Got you. Okay, cool.
All right,
Perfect.
word.
Perfect. I was like,
Yeah,
you're my boy. I knew you would get that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sits there and like instantly kind of perks up and looks at all of you. You guys got some really nice stuff, like hanging about. Salvatore's scythe, obviously Milk's blunderbuss. Yes. What can I do for you? What would you like to unload today? And pulls out like a little jeweler's monocle.
Oh, you're only buying today.
No, just he's gonna start looking at everything. No, not only buying, but fortunately, the only transactions worth taking today are to buy. And you're gonna kind of step back to look through Kreegan through the jeweler's lens.
So in Dwarven to him, I'm going to say, I'm actually the buying mood today.
He's gonna kind of look at you confused. Man, I'm sorry. No, I don't speak the language. I'm sorry. I was raised here.
How dare you assume?
It's
Yeah, that's
it's all right. It's all right. It happens all the time. It's it's fine. It really is.
Fourth generation Gebite.
He's kind of. I am not sure what you may be interested in buying. He's gonna kind of look around and look behind him. Most of that stuff's junk. Judging by what you guys have on you, you're not gonna want any of that.
You don't
That's
know that.
that's what I'm talking about. I can't seem to find anything in this town for some reason.
Well, you know,
Everybody's selling their stuff, but yet no one has anything of value for some reason.
it's tough. Hold on. Kind of. I don't know what you could possibly be interested in. This is junk.
Yeah, but what's in the box?
What box?
The one your feet are sitting on.
I kind of get nervous for a second.
I am 3 feet off the floor.
I will have you know that if this is a robbery, I have.
So, at the sign of him like being uneasy with like us thing, I will pull out the onyx gemstone from my pack, and I'll put it on his table, and I'll say, "I assure you, this is no robbery."
No robbery. I'm just a goblin. God damn it! Everyone is like that. And then he walks off.
He's gonna look down, pull the jewel out. Ooh, where did you get this? And his whole demeanor is suddenly gonna change.
Well, like I said, I'm in the mood to buy today, and I can't seem to find anything to buy.
Well,
Just got
then,
some money.
he's gonna kind of look around. Very well. The best I can do is I have two things, and he's going to kind of look at Vorys specifically. Something you may be interested in? Unless I can't drag it into... there it goes.
Plate mask.
And then he's also going to look down. And for you, my little observant friend, and your proclivity for interesting weapon selections, may I show you this?
Yes, you may. He says he is redeemed. He's lost the attitude.
Unfortunately, as you can imagine, in times like this, desperation breeds an opportunity for someone such as myself to come across interesting items.
Yeah. How much would you want for that? Or yeah, how much would you like for that?
You know, in times like this, for all I know, you wish to turn this on your fellow GrowedUpGeek.
No.
I would only sell it to the most respectable and forthright of clientele. I would ask 25 for it.
Well, as I am working directly for the Blood Lord, that I forgot her name. It's kind of hard to say.
Berlin Halsey.
Berlin. As I am working directly under Blood Lord Berlin, that does make me qualify as a trustworthy, noted person. Here is 25 gold. He hands him a sack of 25 gold after he counts it out.
All right.
Clink.
Very well. He's gonna kind of jiggle the bag. Yes. And
He confirms it.
tuck it into his robe. And for the mask, I would ask 20. And these good.
This is with the filters now. Yes.
Yes.
Of course. And I'll slide him the gem that I had.
Very well. Yes, this would be an acceptable trade. And as he's pulled these two things out of the box from underneath the kind of table and placed them, and now Milk has one and you have one, the glow from his box is obviously now gone.
Huh. See? Like I said, I was in the mood to buy today. Didn't know what I wanted to buy, and you had something. Remember my face. You may see me again.
Yes. Very well. You just never know in times like this. I didn't want to be robbed, but I do appreciate it. I noticed you coming out of Reds. Always remember that there are more than one people in this town who has the ability to get things.
I'll, in Dwarven again, I will say to him, well, maybe next time, don't be so harsh.
In perfect Dwarven, he's going to reply, you never know where the suckers will lie. Playing dumb gets you a lot further than you can imagine.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
He's going to kind of give you a smart little bow.
And I'll give him the nod. And I'll turn around and start perusing. But yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else want to check out any other vendors?
There's a potions shop here. I'll check that out. I'm looking for a specific potion.
You see
shared memories.
You see an alchemical shop off down one of the streets. The typical signs, the little flask, jars all over the place. And now it's taken forever. Oh, that's what it is. Inside, there is tall, thin, elven, looking quite old. And same deal as the dwarf. Not sure if it's a kind of indigenous coloring to this particular type of elf. A little grayish kind of purple, night elf purple, if you will. Or is this just the pallor of another dead? But inside, it smells incredible. like potpourri just exploded all over the place. As you walk inside, there's incense burning. It's got a very like tranquil vibe. You can absolutely hear one of those little Zen fountains like bubbling away with water. Yes. Welcome to the Awesome Alchemist. What can I get for you?
I'm looking for some potions of shared memories. I'm thinking I can use them to take a little snack with me as I cross through some dungeons.
She's going to look at you. I was hoping I would get a visit from you. And she is going to kind of like give you like a very kind of deliberate smile. And underneath, you're going to see vampire fangs. I've heard about your kind, and I'm quite interested in learning more. This was not a first choice, and I feel I may have chosen hastily. Let's see if I still have one.
I got bit by the wrong vampire. What the hell?
My vampire daddy was broke.
I had a choice. I just kind of this just seemed like the natural progression of my life to this thing I am now.
She's gonna like kind of lift up the sleeve on her robe, and you're gonna see like it's been restored, but it looks like at one point it rotted off. She was like, I was desperate, and I wasn't ready to let go of life even as long as my kind lives. And she goes into this thing, finds like a, like a Geb version of a Crown Royal sack, bright green, red string. Yes, I do have one. And for you, if you would to come back and tell me of the experience, I would happily give it to you for free.
I can show you the experience. If you'd like to experience it.
I would.
Yo, you want to try this drug trip with me?
Hey person I just met, like, fuck me up, fam.
He'll take his big, like, he's got really long, like, spider fingers that are kind of like black at the tips of them, and he just like kind of starts feeling around on her head. It doesn't hurt her. It just gives you, I believe it's my actions here. Train thoughts. She's just stupefied one.
Okay.
And I get a number of hit points equal to her level, temporary hit points, and I get to see like basically like her surface thoughts and like probe her memories a little bit, maybe try to find a nice like embarrassing one, or maybe the memory of how she got turned into a vampire, because we're just talking about that.
You dive into that. You find this moment where she has like a drink in her hand and her arm's completely normal, and like some dude like bumps into her and she spills this thing on her arm. She looks like she does it like intentionally, and the flesh on her arm starts to like eat away, and you hear her think, now's the time for the plan, and she goes rushing over to this vampire. Oh my god, save me, save me, save me, and just sticks her neck like right out for him.
She's a groupie.
So then after that memory, it'll kind of like snap back, and Salvatore like, oh, comes out, and it's like, oh, that was a juicy one.
So
you're a little trickster.
So you basically forced her to remember that, or so like she went through the experience of remembering it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
As like she's remembering it, I'm
okay. You're like watching it. I got it.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna like all of a sudden be like really embarrassed. I did, and she's embarrassed and impressed.
So my plan with this, so it's a potion of shared memories. I can transfer recollections from one creature to another. To place a memory in the potion, you must hold the vial and focus on a particular memory for 1 minute. So my plan is to suck people's memories, then rethink about that memory inside of the little vial of potion of shared memory, so I can then take that with me when I go into a dungeon in case I can't feed for a long time, and then be like, "Oh, I got this
Are you
creepy
making a
memory
juice
stored in a
box?
flask from someone."
Are you making a memory juice box?
Yeah, yes, a memory Capri Sun.
That's fucking awesome.
That is, and it's horribly terrifying at just how casual you are. You're like, yo, dog, I might get thirsty. All right, I need to put I need
some memory.
I need to put this awful thing to happen to this girl so that I don't die.
Yeah. Proactive, not reactive.
Okay.
Just trying to.
Did you like literally snatch it from her, or did you just make it make her relive it? It's going to go back to wherever it lives, and then she's still going to be able to relive it whenever it is triggered. Yes.
Yeah. I don't like steal it from her.
Okay. So you're going to see her get like really embarrassed, and then like suddenly like really kind of impressed. Oh, you can definitely have that for free if you can give me. If you can do for me what you just did for yourself, give me somebody else's thoughts. And this like regal kind of, elven vampire is now suddenly like trying to strike a deal for a catalytic converter. Like
I would need more of these potions of shared memories in order to give them to you.
I can start right now. I can have you more by the end of the day.
Have them sent to my house. Here's my address.
Yo, if we have like
leave them
groupies
with the
hanging
little
outside of the house now.
hand. You just have deliveries coming to the house all day long. Argoon's gonna just get buried in stuff.
Just a big pile of like Amazon boxes.
It's gonna look like a housewife's Amazon
boxes.
has.
Yeah.
So it's gonna look like my front porch herd.
Yeah. I just want a bunch of Geb subscription boxes.
And
the best.
Geb crate. And like I said, her demeanor's entirely changed. She's this regal, like, that flex that vampires always put on, especially the typical like fangy ones. And suddenly, like I said, she wants to strike you a deal for some copper pipe or a catalytic converter that her boyfriend found.
The first one's free.
Yes, I will get right to this. Anything else you may need?
As a token of good faith, I'll take the potion of shared memories that she gave me. I will concentrate on the memory of how Salvatore died, and then I'll give that back to her in good faith of our trade henceforth with these memory juice boxes.
Okay, so you take the jar, the whatever, right? You think about that moment and you put it into the jar?
Yeah.
And then she
concentrate on it for 1 minute, and then I give it to her, and she takes the potion, and she can relive my memory
by drinking it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You do all this. You implant the memory for her.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Okay, and the whole time she's like staring at you. And then as you politely in your Salvatore way, like go to probably gracefully hand it to her, she kind of like snatches it and just chugs it. Her eyes roll back into her head.
Yeah. Yo, this bitch is gonna start
camping.
Has everybody seen the Eric Stoltz scene in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
You need to go. You need to go right through her sternum and her chest plate. But no, and then you can see like her snap back and this like intense focus in her eyes. Yes, I will start right away. Any other alchemical ingredients you may need, leave the list on the thing. And she goes, if you could turn the sign that says open on your way out, I would really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a very pleasurable exchange.
Milk runs up real quick. I actually have a list of alchemicals as
I
well.
actually have a list.
And she's just gonna kind of mindlessly point to like the counter. You can just leave it there.
you
man.
just got her high, and
That's
she's just
awesome,
like,
dude.
oh my god, yeah, oh no.
Drug.
Milk jumps right in there. Here's my list.
Yeah, I'll get right on this.
I live in the same house.
I'll have it sent over.
Nice.
Lock the door on your way out, please.
I gotta come up with branding now.
Yeah. Hopefully, she brews a good potion, because maybe we can use this vampire.
Okay.
That's a great character.
All right. What's next?
It's either we take the information
Builders
from the
League.
Builders League, or we go ahead and go down to the saloon.
Let's
I
go to the
think
Builders League first.
You don't want to deal with stop the poisoning?
Let's go stop the mass poisoning of population first.
I mean, we can we can always stop back by the Builders League on the way back.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
The whole poisoning in the beer type thing has
Has
Milk
has
already
me
forgot.
concerned. I
Milk
might want
already forgot. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot
I might
about
want a
that.
beer later, and I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I should have done something about it.
Ah, damn it.
Don't worry, I won't let you die all the way.
Suddenly you're Vicini in The Princess Bride. Oh shit! You make your.
I am building up quite the assortment of potions myself, and I'll kind of like jingle a sack like. Clink, clink, clink,
I thought you were going to say a tolerance to iocane powder. So, Vorys, you've been to the Crooked Coffin before. It
Yes.
stands in one of the more kind of open air parts of the market. Not so much like the traditional kind of like row house stores, individual unit. Much more of like a bazaar, no doors, and just open, covered, like hallways. So you make your way. Complicated. Here we go. Oops. You make your way to where it is. You recognize the skull lined arch amongst the hidden tents, or the covered tents, and kind of, like I said, this is more of a bazaar than like you would see like Diagon Alley or any kind of traditional kind of stores, or the stalls in the open air, like where you got the magic stuff. You can hear kind of the generalized hooting and hollering, but nothing too much as far as like noise wise. And so your archway is going to be like right here.
I guess Kreegan will go ahead and start making his way in.
Okay. A jagged
After
archway
all-
of grinning skulls, one of many such archways in the surrounding market, leads to a dim passageway with a ceiling of canvas and interlocking bones. Another archway leads to a spacious room to the east. Okay, it's actually going to be to your west. The orientation is weird. And then an iron gate blocks passage to the south. You see another archway, and in you see two humans, and I can't remember what she is.
Foundry's all locked up on me.
Okay. you see a ghoul sitting at the central table of what Vorys to know would be the actual like tavern of.
Kreegan will kind of make his way in, and as he approaches, he will go to, I guess, yeah, he'll go to the ghoul and say, I would like an L, please, as he kind of starts the conversation with a non-hostile way.
She looks at you kind of indignantly, like you're interrupting her, and I don't know why in the stream it's not, or why the roof's on. And she kind of turns around and gives you her drink. The two humans sitting next to her just kind of sit there, seemingly unconcerned. That'll be 1 copper.
Kreegan will go ahead and hand over the copper, and he will say, so, what's the news around here? I've heard there have been quite a bit of business here lately.
You know, people are depressed. They want drinks. It's pretty simple.
He's going to kind of look to Vorys kind of with a smile, like, yeah, I'm doing the interrogation. He's like, yeah, depressed. I guess it's because of a lack of food. And he's going to kind of look towards the ghoul.
Yep, wouldn't know nothing about that.
Oh, you wouldn't know anything about poison.
Nope, I'm a ghoul. Don't know anything about it. Don't need to eat. Don't care.
Kreegan is going to take a big step this way and sit down for this person, and he's going to like kind of lean in front of this human, kind of like face to face, and say, "And what about you? Do you know anything about poison?"
I'm gonna kind of look at you, rear back, lift his shirt up, show like his big hairy like beer belly. Doesn't look much like I'm starving, does it? Not my fucking problem. And then the two humans like laugh. The ghoul even gets a little bit of a laugh out of it. You know, the news really around here, friend, is we mind our business if it's all the same. And, yeah.
Kreegan will kind of take a deep breath in, and he'll say, "It's a shame, because anyone who knew about this poison and were culprits, well, let's just say they will not have a very good day today." And he'll like stare a hole into this guy's head.
Well, this day's just started, friend, and don't really know what much to say, but if you would like to start this out, or if you're accusing us of anything, perhaps you should put up or shut up.
I'm gonna repeat a line that I like. He's just gonna kind of like crack his neck a little bit, and he's gonna go, "You are a talker. Talkers make me thirsty." And he's gonna start drinking the L. "And talkers also make me hungry." But instead of asking for 2 chickens, he's gonna be like, "And when I'm hungry, I hunger for blood," as he stands up, like letting all 7 feet of him just like tower over this person as he looks down at him.
And she's going to jump back from the bar. The humans are going to jump back from the bar. Let's go ahead and have everybody roll for initiative. Let me get the combat.
I tried to do the quote as close as I could, but unfortunately there was no chicken on the menu.
I'm still locked up, so
We got you. And then I'll make sure. I'll make sure you.
This was obviously way too large of a map.
Oh, that's probably what it is. All right.
I don't know if it is just preventing me from seeing the scale of the map because it's not all revealed, but I know for me the map doesn't seem like super big. But
It doesn't seem as big as the farm for sure, but it might be depending. All right, so they're going to jump up and jump back. She is going to just kind of step back and roar in a very threateningly ghoulish way, and the two humans are basically just going to pick up their flagons of ale and look like it's just going to turn this into like an old-fashioned like bar brawl. And on that note, we will end it for tonight, just as the bar brawl is about to start. Milk, hopefully we'll get you squared away next week. We still need to add you to initiative. All right, so that's going to do it for episode 10 tonight. Nice round number. We always enjoy those around here. Nice little milestones. You watch them play great characters today, as you do every week. They are even better people behind them. We'll give them a little couple minutes to talk about themselves, do a little channel business, and then we will get the hell out of here. Kreegan, let's go ahead and start with you. Let's keep the momentum going here. You rolled in, chose violence almost immediately. You guys feeling good about these about just smashing your way through these assholes?
yeah, for Kreegan, number one, I figured since we were in a tavern, I didn't know if I'd have any chance to sort of do the pseudo hound cloak, so I just had to take that opportunity. And number two, I mean, Kreegan kind of feels like a rivalry with Vorys, so he sees Vorys interrogate people, so Kreegan was pretty confident that he could just intimidate his way through these people. Obviously, they didn't take the intimidation, but Kreegan, I mean, now he gets the more fun option. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm Landon Baker. I'm a software developer. I love gaming. More than loving gaming, I love my wife and my two Saint Bernard puppies. They are awesome. My wife's very supportive of what I do. When I'm not gaming on video games, I love doing the tabletop role-playing games. This group is awesome. I love these guys, and I look forward to it every week. I'm glad everyone was able to make it today. I know there were issues this week and stuff, but I love you guys, so I'm so glad we got to play tonight.
Awesome. Glad to have you. Salvatore, you had a new fashion accessory as well as maybe a devoted fan. I think if we're going to be polite about it, at least.
Salvatore's flying high. He has Urgatho's favorite headdress from her personal wardrobe. He may have invented the new undead crack. So
there's that.
Yeah, I'll be more careful than the CIA was distributing real crack with the mind crack.
That's the spirit. No poor neighborhoods, only the rich neighborhoods.
Yeah, and I am Nick. I'm a chef in Sacramento. I have a lovely wife and a great dog and two cats who are pretty great sometimes. Love playing with these guys. Stoked we got to play this week. It's a super fun game. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Love you, buddy. All right. Milk, you came across something nice today. A little weapon adjacent to what you've got.
Yeah.
Felt a little
That's pretty
dismissed.
cool.
Sorry about that. Sorry, people doubting you, but you'll be all right in combat. You made it to this bar. There are people getting poisoned. Kreegan apparently is all about kicking down doors and knocking shit down. You going in blasting? What are you going to do? And then tell us about our boy Tenta.
I would say that Milk is absolutely following Kreegan's point. If Kreegan's kicking in doors and swinging on things, then he's definitely blasting.
Okay, fair.
And I'm Tenta. I play Milk, and I'm married. I got 2 cats. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm happy here because it's cheaper than California. And I'm glad to be part of this group and hang out with these guys as much as I get to, and glad we got to tonight.
Awesome.
So you go.
All right. And last and not least, our deal striker, our fan and grocery getter. Vorys, we've done all this stuff. You're a member of the city guard. It is time to kick in the business that is poisoning the town. At least so you don't have to give the speech to the people every single week about how you're working on it.
Yeah. Vorys would have liked to gotten a little more answers before we, accuse people of poisoning. But hey, you travel with certain people and things happen. So
Kreegan's not very subtle, bro.
I mean, Kreegan's not very subtle. Milk's not very subtle when he just opens up doors. So yeah, it's we're not the subtlest of group. So it happens. It happens.
Highly effective though, not subtle but effective.
I mean, so far it's been effective, but we'll see. We'll see how far that goes. But yeah, I am Lewis. I have had a wonderful time playing with these guys. I also am married. I have 2 lovely daughters, a beautiful wife, and the 2 fuzzy boys. But yeah, I enjoy hanging out with these guys. We get to play. And that's really the free time I get. So yeah, I love spending my free time with you guys. So yeah.
Awesome. So like I said, that's our group. I'm glad we could do this every single week and that we are flexible enough to be able to move, so it makes it easier on all of us. Helps us stay together, helps us keep playing. As always, this has been a great time for me personally, switching games, having as much fun as we have, not struggling like we would, and really enjoying Paizo and Pathfinder 2. This has been a great time. I'm great to be here and to have these guys to do it with every single week. So, of course, I'm very thankful. That is going to do it for us tonight. We will probably be back on our normal time next week on Tuesday night, but who knows with this group? Check back in Tuesday, Wednesday night. We'll probably be around for one of those nights. Always remember, I love tabletop role-playing games and the people who play it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.